welcome to another episode of the Theatre Professor Vidcast. My name is Terry Dana Jakumiak II, and I am the Theatre Professor. Thank you for coming out and visiting me. I know it's been a little bit since I posted my last video. For those that had been keeping track, I was posting videos 1 to 2 a week, and then all of a sudden I go 2 weeks without a video. This is ridiculous, but I do have reasons for that. For those that know me, or at least know me through my website, you know that I am an actual theater professor and that I run the theatreprofessor.com where I actually do online classes as well. Well, I've picked up a third gig, which is designing websites. So some people had seen my work, they liked what I was doing, and so now I've started designing websites for people. So it's been very busy, but what it means is I haven't had as much of a chance to create these lovely videos for you, but things are going a little smoother now. I've got myself, together. I'm feeling good. So they should be happening a little more often. This week, we're going to be looking at a program that you can use to create these little it's not photo editing, okay? It's not Photoshop. It's not it's not like some like Photo Viva up there. It's not photo editing, but it is the creation of pieces of art, I would call them, that can be used for things like your Facebook header or your Twitter header or any type of social media. Say you want to, you've probably seen those things where they do the little quote on a picture on, your friend's Facebook page. And you're like, man, that's cool. I've got a quote. I wonder how I could do that. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it with a program called Canva. Canva. Speaking of Canva, did you know they're coming out with a Doctor Who Lego set? I know, that has nothing to do with Canva, but I love Doctor Who, and I had to bring it up. Bow ties are cool. All right, let's click Canva and open it up. Vroom, vroom, vroom. A quick question, are you loving Canva? Yes, I am, because I use it a lot, and I'm not going to rate it right now. So this is what you get when you open up Canva. Now, you'll notice I've got a lot of images. This is where I create most of my images for my website, for my Twitter account, and for my Facebook account. And now I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, I usually do it online, but I'm not showing you the online version. I'm actually showing you the iPad app version. Because, well, when I saw that there was an iPad app version, I was like, cool, now I can do this, when I'm sitting on my couch or sitting in bed or sitting and doing nothing, which I'll do sometimes. So let's look at what we got here. First off, you have your login up here. You can see I'm logged in. Start a new design. What's this Canva? Okay, nothing if you hit the Canva button. Underneath the new design, you've got social media, presentation. You've got a whole bunch of different things here. Photo collage, Pinterest graphic for those of you that are Pinterested. Oh, I know that was horrible. You can even do custom. So if you click custom, you can pick your height and width. Now, the one I generally do, let me see, is I do Twitter posts a lot. And I'm seeing that this is actually a little more limited. Let's see what's under social media. Okay, so here's a social media post. You can see that it gives you, on the left, you've got search criteria, layouts, text, background, and uploads. On the right is where we're going to be working. And if you look at the layouts, here are some layouts. One thing to note about Canva is that if you were to pick a layout, so I'm going to scroll way down and pick this one. You see the diagonal lines in the background. That means you cannot use that unless you pay for it. And everything on Canva, every image, any of the graphics that are for pay are $1 a piece. Now, you don't have to use those, okay? So I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to select it. I'm going to delete it. And there, it's gone. There are free images in here. So if you are interested, you can look specifically for free images by typing free image and doing a search. So these are free images. The ones with the, well, these are not free. These are all $1. Oh, this one is free. And you see, and I'm just going to extend it so it fills my entire screen. There we go. And then I'm going to make it so it's a back layer. There we go. So you see now that image is free. Any of the ones with the 1 on them, Those are $1. So you're not going to be able to get those. So what if I just did free? There we go. There's all the free images. So if you type in just free, so look, I love that forest. So I'm going to take the forest. I'm going to make it bigger. And you make it bigger by using the handles on the outside and then go down a layer. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. So now you can see I've got this nice little background. And I have some text on it. So this one says the craft workshop. Let's say I want to do something like the theater professor. So if we come up here, we can delete this. And I'll do the theater professor. Okay. And let's change craft. And we'll change it to live. And then come down here and say webinar. And we'll pick a date. I don't even know. I'm making this up as I go. Let's do next Saturday. So it would be 4.18.15. So look at that. I just created something that I can now put on my social media. I can attach it to something and I can share it with the world. Some other cool things about this. So if I tap my background picture, you'll see up here, you can crop it, you can copy it, you can change the layer, change the transparency. But a really cool thing is the filter. And if you click filter, it's very similar to what you do with Instagram. So let's grab, that's whimsical. Let's go street now, drama. And you can adjust it further. If you scroll down here, you've got brightness and you've got contrast. You can adjust those as well. Now, if you do this on the computer, you have a lot more settings you can play with. But again, this is all about doing nice, quick, easy images on your iPad. Okay? So, like I said, we could crop it. I'm not going to crop it, but you can see here, you can adjust the crop, move it around and click check there. One of the things that I like is I'm going to actually move it down a layer, and then I'm going to take this layer with the person, and I'm going to take their transparency down. So there we go. So now I've got two images. Boom, boom. You can change the color of your text. You can change the text spacing. Look at that. You can change the text spacing, change the transparency. If you select the text, I'm going to come in here and change the color. Other things you can do when you select it is bold, italic, the size. You can change the font. See off to the left here. So let's, actually I really like Satisfy, so I'm not going to change it. You can change whether it's centered left or right. I'm actually going to go back white because I think that's much nicer looking on this background. And then when you're finished, you can download it. So if I click my download, you can either download it as an image or PDF. Understand that if you do it as a PDF, it's going to be much larger. You can hit your options. You can publish with crop marks and bleeds and publish all pages. So I'm going to download the image, and it downloads it. And it's downloading. This is the point in the story that I talk about downloading. Seriously, as it downloads, we're going to look at a couple other things. Oh, and of course, I'll let it have access to my images. So now I have this in here as part of my images. I can click Done. Some of the other things that you can play with here is, again, if you go up to the search, you can search free, and you're going to get a bunch of free stuff before you hit the pay stuff. There are some other areas that you can look at. So if I go all the way to the top, you've got frames, which essentially are frames that can go around things. You can put pictures inside. So notice how I've got an image inside. If I come down here, let me close up frames by tapping it, and I pull a free image into that, like this one. Notice it only stays inside that frame. And that's kind of nice, right? I'm going to trash that entire thing. You can, let's see what else is in the, there are shapes you can add in. All sorts of fun shapes. So you could take a heart in here. You could also rotate it. Take it down smaller. And put a heart right there. Let's see what else we got. We've got lines. Lines are actually really nice to help separate your words. So let's grab this line right here. And I'm going to actually make it so it's a little wider. Actually, let's do that and then change the color to a white. Now sometimes, like for example, this one, I don't like the fact that it gets wider as it gets longer. Some of them do that, some of them do not. So for example, if I were to grab this one I can just drag straight sideways, put it there, make it white. There we go. The Theatre Professor Live webinar keeps getting better. You can change the color, obviously. There are some free illustrations you can grab. There are free icons, free charts, etc., etc. Again, there are more. There are pay ones. If you scroll down far enough, I'm going to clear all of my searches. Okay, so for example, if we go into our illustrations, right? If you scroll down far enough, you're going to eventually hit some pay ones like these. But you can also upload your own items. So for example, you can go into your photos, and let's say I like this picture of me. Put that right there. Or even better, we come up here, and let's grab a frame so that looks, halfway decent. Like this. And then we can drag that into it. Then we can move the whole thing down and make it smaller. Change the color. And there we go. So, and then of course we can download it and send image to. Click our button in the top right and save our image. Click done. So you can see you can even clear your downloads. So I'm downloading the new image now. Again, it'll take a second. It always takes forever. I hope the weather is looking better where you're at. We have finally started to warm up and a little less rain. And there we go. Now I have a really cheesy The Theatre Professor Live webinar for 1850. And we will save this into my photos and I click done. When you go back to your designs, you'll see that it updates with your newest design. You'll see I've got some updates in here. Again, there are some other things like your Facebook cover, Facebook post. If you do this online, you do have a larger selection, which is really quite nice. And what I'm going to do is, since I got you here, I'm just going to kind of poke to the online version so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I click this button, and I click this button. And we come over here, and this is the online version. You'll see that you have a lot more things to choose from. Social media posts, social media and email headers, marketing materials, documents, blogging and ebooks, events and ads, and of course you can do your custom. And here, so for example, Facebook post. I was talking about the Facebook post. You pick it. You can create, I'm just going to, that one's worth money. See, I don't want to do money ones. When you hover over them, they'll tell you if it's money. Now, I've been money my whole life, but, some people. And let's see here. Let's grab a simple background. This ziggy zaggy. There we go. Maybe grab let's grab an illustration of a tree. And then we'll also grab a chart because everybody needs 75%. All right. So you can do the same thing online as you can on your iPad. I just like the iPad because I can sit here, I can play with it. I don't have to mess around with having to worry about everything else that I've got going on. It's relaxing, which is nice. All right, that's about it I have for this week. I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful week. As we move into spring and the weather starts to warm up, I hope that you're getting a chance to enjoy it. My name, like always, is Terry Danajakimak II. I am the Theatre Professor. Make sure you stop by theatreprofessor.com. It is a wonderful website with lots of tutorials, lots of blog posts, lots of podcasts for you. And, I do it for the love. There are online classes that you can sign up for there. But for me, it's all about the community. So check out the forums. All you have to do is sign up for a free membership on the website. You get access to the forums. You can see all the amazing artwork and creativity that our members have. So make sure you stop by. That's www.thetheatreprofessor.com. Well, that's it for this week. I hope that you come back, and if you like what you've seen, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Take care.